very necessary. And this topic is about jihad. So we know of the first jihad, as the law explains, fighting was prescribed for you as it was for those before you. But this jihad that I'm speaking about is jihad al-nafs, the war upon yourself, raging war against your former self, raging war against the ignorance, defeating this lowly desire that overtakes us. Allah says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم له معقبات من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه من أمر الله إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما أنفسهم وإذا أراد الله بقوم سوءا فلا مرد له وما له من دونه من ول. For each one are successive angels before and behind him, and who protect him by the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, Allah ta'ala will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. And when Allah ta'ala intends for a people ill, there is no repelling it, and there is not for them besides him any help. له معقبات من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه من أمر الله إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم وإذا أراد الله بقوم سوءا فلا مرد له وما له من دونه من ول. Allah says, for each one are successive angels before and behind him, who protects him by the decree of Allah Ta'ala. Indeed, Allah Ta'ala will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. As I repeat, Allah Ta'ala will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. So as we read the tafsir upon the Surah Rad, it says, Al-Qurtubi, the statement, writes Allah's statement, verily Allah will not change the condition of a people unless there is a change of what is in themselves. Here Allah, the Most High, informs us in this verse that He will not change a qualm until change occurs in them, whether from themselves or those in charge of them or those put over them for a reason. However, the verse does not mean that punishment will be sent by Allah Ta'ala for someone who commits a sin. Rather, punishment and affliction may be sent down due to the sins of others based on what the Prophet replied to when asked. When the companions asked, are we going to be destroyed even when we have righteous people amongst us? Where he said yes, when filth and corruption becomes prevalent. So in this explanation of this ayah when it speaks about that part of Allah won't change the condition until they change what is within themselves. What is good that may come to you or for you is basically based upon you're willing to do better or change for better. Not keeping the same condition moving forward. It's hard to see change like that. It's really impossible to see change like that. For one to see change, there must be change, or the condition stays the same. Now follow what I'm saying. Whether it's something like changing your way of thinking, or the people that you're around, or it could be you have a goal to do this. But for all of these things to happen, you have to change for it to happen. You can't be clean off of drugs and still get high. It's not going to work. There's no way you can get clean like if you still relapse. The condition has to be changed for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come and change your condition, your situation. You're going through trials and tribulations, but you're remaining the same person you were. Those conditions are going to be hard to change. You want better, but you're not doing anything to get better. So the condition remains the same. We all scream what we deserve, but have we earned what we deserve or what we shall have? Ignorance, the ignorance is what kept us behind. The Jahiliyyah, who we were before Islam came into our life. When Islam comes into your life, we must denounce that ignorant past, if it was bad, and come into Islam wholeheartedly, submissively. So this is what it's saying when changing one's condition. Or what will we have? We have the same type of nonsense that we've been dealing with. You're Muslim. Your companions are kuffar. They don't pray. But you want it to change. But you don't see them changing. It's Allah makes Muslim. You have to change your condition. You have to fight against yourself. Yes, it's a battle. It's a battle. It's an everyday battle. That jihad is the first jihad that the Muslims fought in Mecca. Before the Prophet ﷺ told his companions to fight against those who disbelieve, he strengthened them. He strengthened their soul, their heart, their minds, and conditioned them with La ilaha illallah. Knowing about their Lord, loving their Lord more than they love themselves. So they will be able to deal with that ignorant mentality. To fight off the ignorant mentality. And it goes very deep because some individuals think, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with me. I could just be who I was 10 years ago and bring this to Islam. But if that goes against the hadiths, if it goes against the Quran, then you cannot bring that into Islam. You can't bring your old ways into Islam. If you like to cuss, you can't bring that into Islam. if you scream at people, you can't bring that into Islam. If you're violent, you can't bring that into Islam unless it's fi sabilillah. But you have to do things for the cause of Allah. And it was a man who was fighting, and he said he killed so and so and so. And Allah is going to say to this individual, you lie. You a liar. You killed those people to be seen amongst men. You didn't do it for Allah. So this is very important that we work on our condition, our state, our ways, and change those ways for Islam, for your Lord. Allah also says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك بأن الله لا يقوم غير نعمة أنعمها على قوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم وأن الله سميع عليم. That is because Allah Ta'ala will not change a favor which He had bestowed upon a people until they change what is within themselves. And indeed Allah Ta'ala is hearing and knowing. That is because Allah will not change a favor. So what is it saying? Ni'mata, ni'mah. He won't change the ni'mah, the favor, until they change what is within themselves. So we sit there, we say, Ya Rab, Ya Allah, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Allah. Please help us. Give us this. Change this. Change this. But we ain't doing nothing about changing ourselves. Ya Allah, I want this. Ya Allah, make me a better Muslim. But you're not working on it yourself. Strengthen me, Ya Allah. Change my character, Ya Allah. But you're not doing anything to change that character. So things remain the same. Things remain the same. You want better, but things ain't turning for the better. You want to be the best basketball player, but you don't work on your game. You don't dribble. You want to be the best boxer, but you don't commit yourself in the gym. You want to lose weight, but you're doing nothing to make that happen. But what's bigger than all of that is with your Lord. Changing for who? For Allah. Which will benefit us all in the long run. Moving further along that Allah says, and whosoever strives only for himself, as for those who strive in us, the cause of Allah Ta'ala, we surely guide them to our paths. And love. Allah is with the good doers. This is a Meccan surah. And the two verses refer to Jihad al-Nafs. Allah Ta'ala also says, by the nafs and a proportion and order given to it and its inspiration as to its wrong and its right. Truly He succeeds who purifies it, and He fails that corrupts it. Without purification, the nafs remains a soul that enjoins evil until it surrenders itself in total obedience to the call, and it surrenders itself in total obedience. Allah Ta'ala the Most High said, have you seen the one who chooses for his God his own lust? Have you seen the one who chooses for his God his own lust? He followed his own lust, therefore his likeness is as the likeness of a dog. If you attack him, he pants with his tongue out. And if you leave him, he pants with his tongue out. About the person who controlled the passions of his ego, Allah says, but as for him who feared to stand before his Lord and restrain his soul from lust, lo, the garden will be his home. So Allah Ta'ala says, have you seen the one who chooses for his God his own lust? Many individuals in this world follow their passions, desires, emotions, and feelings. It controls them to a point of no return. Well, I feel like this is the right thing to do. But what did the law say? If that goes against the law, then how you feel doesn't matter. Well, I got this desire to want to get high. I want to smoke a cigarette. I got a burning desire. You have to control that lust. You have to control that desire. So it's a fight between good and evil. And if that fight does not happen, your desires will control you. They will lead you. They will tell you where to go and how to move. Your desire will lead you into destruction. Your desire will lead you into the hellfire, to the finale. So, what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was doing with the early companions was strengthening them, their faith, their iman. Now, with the ilm, with the knowledge, it takes away ignorance. What do you see when someone's out in the middle of the street screaming and cussing? Ignorance. They're following their desire. What do you see when you see someone doing something haram in the open, drinking liquor? They're following their what? Desires. And that will cause destruction. If the world, everyone in the world followed their desires, it will be a sad place to live. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. The desire of greed and money takes away the love for the people. The desire for you to have time to yourself takes you away from maintaining your family and taking care of your kids. Alhamdulillah. Astaghfirullah alladhi la ilaha illallah atubu ilayh. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min an ushrika bika shay'an wa ana a'lamu wa astaghfiruka liman a'lamu wa innaka anta a'lamu bil ghaibi tutu anhu wa tabaraktu an kulli dinin siwa dina islam wa salamtu wa aqulu wa la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, the strong one is not the one who overcomes people. The strong one is he who overcomes his nafs, his ego. As we further on and move on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He speaks about the nafs, and its two meanings. It goes with the powers of anger and lust in a human being. And this is the usage mostly found among the so-called people who take their nefs, their lowly desires, as a comprehensive word for all the evil attributes of a person. That is why they say one must certainly do battle with the soul, self, and break it. The second meaning of nefs is the spirit, the human being, and in reality itself and his person. However, it is described differently according to its different states. If it assumes calmness under command and has removed from itself the disturbance caused by the onslaught of passion, it is called the satisfied soul. Allah says, have you seen the one who takes as his God his own desires? And then it also states, Allah says, but as for he who feared the standing before his Lord and restrained the soul from his desire, then indeed paradise will be his refuge. Know that the body is like a town, and the intellect of the mature human being is like a king ruling that town. And the forces of the external and internal senses he can muster are like his soldiers and his aides. The soul self that enjoys evil, nefs, amara, that is lust and anger, is like an enemy that challenges him in his kingdom and strives to slaughter his people. The body thus becomes like a town or sea outpost, and the soul like its custodian posted in it. If he fights against his enemy and defeats them and compels him to do what he likes, he will be praised when he returns to Allah. So it breaks it down that your body is like the town, and the intellect being the king, the ruler. So this nef, this is what's inside of you. It can be controlled, but if not controlled, it can rule you. It could destroy you, like I said before. As it done many, 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 many nations. You read in the paper, someone shot, murdered. You read in the paper, the crime, the corruption, the horrific stories that we see over and over. How could this person do this? But they're following their desires, their want. So they neglect the people. They neglect helping others. They neglect even themselves. They forget Allah, and the law, forgets them. But he never forgets them because he keeps giving them a day of respite. A day of change. A day of life. So Allah doesn't really forget you. The mercy is still there for you until you die. But those who follow that passion, that lust, that vain desire, is corrupting everything within themselves. The selfishness of those who follow their lust. You have to be a selfish person to live like this. As it states, one do not truly believe, or one does not attain faith until he wants for his brother as he wants for himself. You cannot have that if you're following your own lust and your own desires. Because you're too caught up in doing what you need to do that's evil, and that's haram. So you neglecting others. So it's very, very important every day, not some times of the day, is to get with that person that is in you, that wants to destroy you, that past self, or that self that may be still settling in you. If it goes against the law, then it goes against your change. If it goes against the Prophet Muhammad, then it goes against your growth. There's no change without that first step, that surrender. And that's why Islam is so beautiful. It is the surrendering religion. You have to surrender something. So if you keep on being who you used to be, right? Being who you used to be, you can't get to being what you need to be right now. Bringing you back to your natural state. So, we have to, all of us, remember that there's a struggle. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. There's a struggle, but there's ease at the end of that struggle. But there's ease at the end of that struggle. The Prophet ﷺ said, I will be at my lake Kauthar, this fountain, now waiting for whoever will come to me. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said he will be at the Kauthar. As we know this verse, Inna a'tainaka Kauthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Right? It's talking about this Kauthar that Allah promised our prophet. And he will be there waiting for whoever that will come to him. Then some people will be taken away from me. This is what the prophet said. Whereupon I will say, my followers, let me rewind this back, Muslims. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, I will be at my lake Kauthar, waiting for whoever will come to me. Then some people will be taken away from me, whereupon I will say, my followers. It will be said, you do not know they turned apostate and renegades and deserted their religion. Allah, we seek refuge with you from turning on our heels from our religion. So as he asking them, why don't you come? They won't come. Why can't they come to the Kauthar? It said it will be said because they turned their back on their religion. They became apostate. They took their shahada. They said ashhadu an la ilaha, but they just turned their back. They let their desires win. They let who they used to be win. They didn't come into Islam wanting to change their life. They came in playing. They took their religion as a joke. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَلَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. They say it's some that believe in Allah in the last day, but they really don't believe. You think to deceive Allah and those who believe, but you only deceive yourself. Why is this happening? Because they're amongst the fools, the foolish. Who are the foolish? The ignorant ones. All you gotta do is listen to them talk. None of it makes sense. The actions don't make sense. The explanation don't make sense. You go to a Muslim like, yeah, I can't. Well, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get there. While you sitting trying to get there. Think about it. You gonna get there by sinning. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna get there means I'm gonna stop what I'm doing for the cause of Allah. I'm gonna stop who I used to be and change my life for Allah. Not saying I'm gonna get there, I can't. Inshallah, one day you may not make it tomorrow. So today, while you missed your salats, all of them, or you didn't want to study your deen and learn, or learn your Arabic, or learn to pray properly, you committing a sin every day because you're neglecting it. And you're intentionally neglecting it. Your Islam is not worth more than 5 minutes. The world is taking you up so much that you can't pray. You can't hear and obey. Your desire to want to win in the world is greater than your desire to get to heaven. Which one is better? You having a good job making money or whatever you may want, or getting to paradise with Allah, or pleasing Allah. Your love for your kids is more important than your love for Allah, then you twisted. You lost, huh? You lost, sister. You put your mother over Allah, then you lost. You put your father over Allah, then you lost. You disobeying Allah to please your husband, then you lost. You disobeying Allah to please your wife, then you lost. You disobeying Allah to please yourself, then you lost. You need navigation to get back if you lost. You need a GPS. And what is that? Following the manual. What is the manual? What is the blueprint? What is the sirat al-mustaqim? The straight path. That's the way you get back. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will be at Kawthar, by the lake Kawthar. And I will say, come. Those who want to come. And the Prophet ﷺ will scream out, like, where you going? Like, what's going on? And it will be said to them, it's because they went apostate. They turned their backs. They turned their backs. They became renegades. They deserted their religion. That ain't cool. That ain't honorable. It ain't righteous. We can say, oh, we a good person. We do. Well, how you a good person? You don't even pray. How you a good person? You don't even fear Allah. How you a good person? You don't even teach your family Islam. No, because you're worried about your own self, your own desire. You're selfish. Because if you want it good, for your own self, you first got to purify your soul. that heart, when it commits sin, it becomes a black spot. When you commit another sin, the spots get blacker and blacker till your heart becomes so dark. You gotta wash it up to even feel what I'm saying, or what the law is saying, or what the Prophet Islam is saying. Your heart is hard. You don't feel bad when things just happen. And if you feel it, you don't do nothing about it. You talk about it. But those with strong faith, they said, if you see something wrong, you change it with your hands. So this Jihad al-Nafs, the first war, the best war for us right now, is the war on our lowly desires, our own selves. So make that note, make it known that I'm at war today with what? My lowly desires. That disobedience, that ignorance, that I ain't trying to listen to nobody, can't nobody tell me nothing. Stubbornness, arrogance, being defiant, all the things that Shaitan was that got him cast down. So this is what we doing. That's part of the vices that Shaitan bestows on us. That's how he gets us. Oh, that brother over there is stubborn. He don't like to listen. It's gonna be easy to get him. Look at that. Look at that car. Look at that money you can get. He'll forget he even got kids, because he chasing the money. Instead of chasing paradise, he's chasing his pockets. Or she's chasing her lust. She want a man so much, she forget her Lord. So if her man goes, her Kimar goes. If her man goes, her deen goes. This ain't Islam. Purify the soul, then everything else will follow. Purify the soul, then everything will follow. You want the deen to be easy for you? Why do you think you're struggling in your religion? Because you got one foot in and one foot out. When you step into a building, how do you come in? You got to put 2 feet. You can't be having 1 foot in the door to get in. He'll say, brother, get in. Why is your foot outside and 1 foot is in the door? You're going to look crazy. You're going to the elevator. Do you put 1 foot in the elevator and 1 foot out? Everybody going to look at you like you crazy, ain't they? They're like, what's wrong with this brother? Look at brother Boo-Boo. Holding up everybody because he got 1 foot in the elevator and 1 foot out. That's how we look with our religion. You took your shahada, you was all happy, threw your kufi on, threw your niqab, your kimono, you was ready to go, wasn't you? Had your thing fitted nice, but you had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. After you took the shahada, you went back to the block, started selling that work. After you took your shahada, you done had sex with someone that ain't your wife or husband. Just blew everything. But imagine if you came into the religion right. Imagine what could have happened for your life. Took 2 steps in. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look how people treating me. Alhamdulillah. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam. Everybody give you salam. Because they know you for real now. See, some of us, we watch those who say they are, oh, he Muslim. But they watch you. That's why the salams will be coming right. Assalamu alaikum. Get one of them. Assalamu alaikum. There's that brother over there. He just doing everything. You look on his Instagram. He got big booty girls on his Instagram. He talking about this and that. But he's brother Malik. That ain't no Malik right there. That ain't no Malik. You know? But when you step 2 feet in, people gonna give you the respect. You ain't gonna be fighting. You ain't gonna be in drama. Because why? You following the law. Your temptation and your lust ain't gonna get you to snap on somebody. It's gonna get you to better yourself. You're gonna do better. We look at all of us in this country, in the inner cities, are people of color. They ain't trying to change who they used to be. It's cool to say, what's up, my nigga? Throw your pants down. Throw a gang sign up. That is the uttermost ignorance. But that's cool. Sound like it when my man's of blood. No, nigga, you crazy. You glorifying that. You glorifying your disobedience to Allah. Who glorifies their lust? Hey girl, you know, girl, I met him, he was fine, and you did all the worst things you could do. You fornicated with the brother, you wasn't married, and brought him around your kids, and now he's gone. Who did you hurt? Not only you committed a sin, you hurt the kids. Because that's going to be in their brain for the rest of their life. Because you wanted to get your stuff off. May Allah forgive us. Or the man. You run around town with every different woman. You done been married 35 times. May Allah forgive you. Because you're going after your desires. You're not going after the religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not change the condition of the people until they change what is within themselves. Welcome to Salah.